or a person in general. The good thing about life is that nowadays all of us are writers. Every single one of us are writers. You're going to enjoy this episode of the Paul Fo podcast. But of course, I'm streaming live on Instagram. I'm streaming live on TikTok. And I'm also streaming live on my podcast. So you're going to love this really well. All right, so let's start. How do you improve your writing? How do you get better at writing? So I'm streaming live on 3 places at the same time. Number one is you want to get better at writing. First of all, why is writing important in this day and age? It is important to write well in this day and age because whether you like it or not, you and I write for a living now. You send a WhatsApp message, you send a text message, you call somebody. There is something you do that involves some form of writing. The better you get at writing, the more sales you will make, the more friendship you will get, the more of an authority you will be in the space that matter to you. So it's important that you get better at writing. Now, who am I? I've written 7 books. So I think I can tell you about writing. Is it not so? I've written 7 books. I write for Forbes.com. I've written close to 200 articles in my own newsletter, The Fo Letter. So I think that if I tell you 1 or 2 things about writing, you may learn something about that. Chris Mabington, good afternoon. Godly Heritage, good afternoon. So let's start. Number 1 way through which you can improve your writing. Those of you on TikTok, I say well done. One way to improve your writing is, number 1, you want to rewrite. Copy. Rewrite or copy. What do I mean by that? If you read something that you really liked, maybe somebody wrote an article that you read that you really liked, you want to take like a paragraph of that article or a page in that article and get your notebook out or your journal out or your laptop out and literally rewrite it. Now don't post it, because if you post it, that will be plagiarism. Just rewrite it. What that does for you is that it improves your level of writing. You know, like when you want to learn an instrument, you want to play the guitar. You know, my wife used to learn how to play the guitar. She will be watching somebody on YouTube playing the guitar and be copying, just doing. Because we have a mimicking neuron in our brain. Your brain and my brain has a mimicking neuron. That's how we learn how to read. So your brain mimics its environment. So one way to learn is to rewrite it. Do what other people have done. So you are, as it were, embedding the skill into your head that way. That is the first thing you want to do. The second thing you want to do to improve your writing is journaling. Journaling. Writing down your thoughts every single day. Writing, I do it every morning. I've kept a gratitude journal now for how many years now? Every day I keep a gratitude journal. All right. So journaling, journaling is one thing that actually helps you in getting better at writing. If you want to get good at writing, you want to write down your thoughts in terms of your journal every single day. I do that every day. It's a very good way to get better at writing. You describe your yesterday's experience and you write down what you are grateful to God about. I give you an example. So I take my children to extra mathematics and English class here in the UK after school. So yesterday after school, I took them to their extra tutor class, and because when they are doing the class, they start by 5 in the evening after school, then they stay till 7 p.m. So I wait around for them. So they did a test and my son got 85% over 100. The first one. The other one also the other one got 58%, not as high as the first one. But of course, in the morning when I was writing down my journal, what I'm grateful to God about, I wrote it down in my journal. I said, God, I am grateful and happy that my son got 85% in his mathematics and the other one got 58%. Now, what am I doing here? Whatever you're grateful for, of course, you tend to get more of it, but you are learning how to describe your experience. It makes you get better. The other time I wrote in the journal how happy I am to sleep next to my wife every single night for 15 years. That is, you are describing the experience. By doing that, It helps you to get better at descriptive writing. It helps you to get better at writing. Number 3 is your physiology. You want to do some level of exercise in the morning. It gets the blood flowing. It gets the blood pumping. When the blood is flowing, when the blood is pumping, because your physiology affects your psychology. And you remember, you actually write from your psychology. If you want your psychology to be at its peak state, to be pumping blood at its peak state, pump oxygen and blood, so do some form of exercise. I've done some yoga this morning. I may do some more at night again before I sleep. Do some form of exercise. You notice that when you exercise, you tend to feel good. And if you feel good, you will do good. Did you notice that? The moment you start feeling good, you will start doing good. All right. And number 4 is you want to write in public. Oh, this is a very good one. And the internet gives us the opportunity to write in public, which is very good. One of the reasons why it's good to write in public, which is writing on the internet, write a blog post, write a Twitter thread, write on LinkedIn, write in public. One of the reasons why you need to write in public is because when you write in public, you get a feedback. No, the market is never wrong. If the market or your audience says to you, this is a great article, this is a great post, that means you are doing something right. If the market does not also respond to you, that means that you are probably not touching their nerves yet. So you want to get better at it. So write in public or work in public. You are actually getting free feedback from the market. The market is never wrong. Number 5, you want to follow the data. The data is always also very, very right. What is the data? The data means, okay, the thing you wrote, how many likes did it have? The thing you wrote, how many reshares did it get? So you want to go back to your articles or your posts that did very, very well. There must be something that make it do very, very well. If you're enjoying this, please drop an emoji, share this content with people, take a screenshot, put it in your stories, and if I see it, I'm going to restore it or regram it or whatever. Are you enjoying this, please? Those of you on Instagram, on TikTok, of course, the guys on my podcast, they can't respond. Are you guys enjoying this? If you are enjoying this, say yes. If not, I don't know. Are you guys enjoying this? Are you learning something from this? TikTokers, are you enjoying this? Are you learning something from this? Duchess Beauty Parlor says yes. That's one person. Are you enjoying this? Are you enjoying this? Should I go on? Alright, Obiora says yes. Okay, good. So the next part of that is you want to follow the data. The data is the number of likes, the number of posts. That's the data. You see, when you notice that, this particular post got a lot of likes and a lot of reshares, that means there's something about this. You may want to do that again and again and again and again and again. All right. Next is don't be smart, be clear. Don't be smart. Goodly Heritage, how are you doing? Don't be smart, be clear. That's the next thing. You don't want to be smart, you want to be clear. In writing, you don't want people to think that you are smart. It's good, but that doesn't help you. But what you want is you want to be clear. You want people to understand what you are saying and do what you want them to do. What's the point of people saying you spoke big English? Big English does not put money in the pocket. You want to be clear and not smart. I prefer to be clear than to be smart. Did you get that? I prefer to be clear than to be smart. Did you get that? So that is critically important that you understand that. All right. Next is you want to have a good storage for your information, because a good writer is a good accumulator of knowledge. A good writer is a good assembler of information. You know how to assemble information so that when it's time to write, you can put the bits and pieces together. How many of you has this ever happened to before? You want to write something, you have an idea, but you just staring at a blank page or a blank screen or a blank telephone screen. You don't know what to write. Has that ever happened to you before? King Bart, thank you for joining. Has that ever happened to you before? You're looking at a blank screen and you don't know what to write. Duchess Beauty says yes. It's like you know what to do, but you just the page is just blank. Now, okay, so now let me ask you a question. So Obiora says it has. So let me ask you a question. So what if you had a notebook somewhere, a digital notebook somewhere, where you always store such information? Maybe you read an article, you saw a quote, you saved it. You saw an history about something, you saved it. So that when it's time to write something about that, you just assemble those things together and they begin to trigger your ideas. Did you see that? Did you see that? So that has helped me a lot. You want to be a good assembler of the adequate and the right information that can help you in your writing. Did you get that? How many of you are loving this? How many of you have shared this with your friends? Someone tag one of your friends and say, gather here. This guy is sharing some good information about writing online. Can you do that for me? All right. Gather here, tell your friends. If you're listening to this on the podcast later on, please tell your friends to, subscribe to the podcast, drop a note in the podcast, comment or something in the podcast, share it with the podcast, take a screenshot of you listening to the podcast, send it to me on Instagram. I will be happy to, put it up in my own Instagram stories as well. Same thing with you if you're really loving this. All right. That would encourage me to do more of this. Now, of course, number 8, you want to write regularly. I like this number 9. Number 9 says that you don't want to have functional bias. This is very important. You want to listen to this. If you want to write well, do not have functional bias. One way to train your brain to write well, to improve your writing, is you don't want to have functional fixedness. So what do I mean by that? A lot of times your brain is trained to just focus on, let's say for example, if I ask you, what is the function of this microphone? Everybody will say it's just to amplify my voice. That's good. But if you think only that way, you have a functional bias. So let me give you an exercise to expand your brain. Let me give you an exercise. For example, you go home today, ask yourself, write down as many different and unusual uses for a newspaper. What else can you use a newspaper for? What else can you use a coffee mug for? What else can you use your phone pouch for? All right. So come up with other ways through which you can use something that you use every day. Write them down. It's a way. For example, what else can you use a bottle of water for? I'll give you an example. Look at this, my bottle of water. This is actually a bottle of water. I've finished drinking the water, but now I'm using it to decorate my bookshelf. Are you seeing that? So you don't want to have functional fixedness. You want to expand your brain and say, what else can I use this for? Did you see that now? All right. Or which other customers can I have? So you're expanding the way that you think. And of course, the last one is you want to close the loop. You want to close the loop. Somebody say candle stand. That's good. You want to close the loop. Close the loop. Closing the loop exercise means that as a human being, right? As a human being, right? We always want our loops closed. Let's say I give you an example. If I say to you, and the boy came to Warri, and the boy came to Lagos, you want to know, what do you mean by that? Help me close the loop. Close the loop. So you want to get better at writing. You can give yourself certain exercises to help you get better at writing. For example, you can go like, I always knew, finish a sentence. Something like, if only dash, finish a sentence. Or, people don't dash. On Sunday evenings, I dash, complete the sentence. That way, you are getting better at writing. That brings me to the 10 exercises that can help you improve your writing. Was this useful to you this afternoon? Say yes. If those of you who have been here from the start, did you learn something today? Did you learn something today? All right. I thought this was powerful. I thought this was useful. All right. So quickly before I go today, I have a WhatsApp group that I would like for all of you to join. I'm proud of the WhatsApp group because of what is going on there. We teach, we inspire people. Why don't you join my paid WhatsApp group for accountability, for growth, and for partnerships? To join my WhatsApp group is 25,000 Naira for 6 months. Think about it. It's cheap. 25,000 for 6 months or 50,000 Naira for 1 year. So you can do that to join the WhatsApp group. Who wants to join the group? Say aye. Who would like to join the group? Say aye. All right. So for you to join the group, you click on the link on my Instagram. Obiora, do you want to join the group? Obiora, would you want to join the group? Chris Marbitin, it is good for you to join the group because you have other people like you in the group to help you grow. To join the group, you click on the link on my Instagram bio. 18 Fabrics. Addis Fabrics is in the group. Addis is one of the biggest fabric sellers in Africa. She's a member of the group. I think you should join the group. 18 Fabrics. Kenny Moss is very easy. If you want to join the group, click on the link on my Instagram bio right now. It's 25,000 Naira to join the group. And if you join the group, I'll give you a free copy of my book. I'll give you a free copy of my book. Irresistible. The e-version of the book. Join the group right now. I'll send you this book in your DM immediately. The e-copy version of the book. All right? So join the group right now and you will thank me later for it. Those of you that joined the group right now, thank you very much. Everybody give Kenny Moses a round of applause. Kenny Moses, I hope you're a person of integrity. I hope you're going to go and click on the link on my Instagram bio and join immediately. 18 Fabrics, I believe you. I believe you're a person of integrity. So click on the link on my Instagram bio right now and join the group. All right. Thank you very much. Any questions, please? Any questions, please? Any questions, please? All right. So thank you very much.